This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined by Teofimo Lopez today in Miami. I have to say, I didn't expect to see you here, but here we are at Aiden Ross's event. How are you finding the experience so far?
Oh man, it's a great experience. It's great to be here, honestly, and just being here, seeing the different outcome of the sport. You know, these guys are putting a lot of effort and work into it as far as like brand risk, promotions, kick, and then as well as Aiden Ross, man, as the image of it all. So I think this is great for everybody, and it's great to kind of get myself out of this whole nutshell of just boxing and kind of like expanding it in the sense of, things are getting bigger than boxing.
Expanding your brand to other things then?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a fighter, as a world-class champion, and a guy that's won many, many world titles in multiple divisions, I think that definitely plays that key as well. They help us and we help them at the same time.
No, certainly. But obviously you're lightweight WBO world champion right now, super lightweight world champion. Make sure I get that correct. And obviously you're from the very hardcore side of boxing. What do you make of this influence boxing? It's almost like a sport split into two right now.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I talked the most crap about it for a long time. I didn't think that it was a great move. As far as it amplifying the sport, yes, boxing is being broadcasted in many different ways and platforms of streaming, as you can see. However, I never thought of it as like, is it something to take serious? You know what I mean? And I think that there's still work to be done with the fighters that they choose and the selection of fighters, but things are actually looking better. Not just for themselves, but as well as for the sport itself in boxing. And I think that's the best thing about it.
Was there a specific point in time where you changed your decision to hating on it to getting more involved and taking more interest?
I started my thing was finding the different interests right there was, I would say, last year. Okay. Mid of last year is when I started finding different ways, because I started realizing, listen, these guys are making X amount of dollars or whatever, or euros, whatever you want to say, right? Or currency in that regard. And I ended up realizing, okay, that's cool and all, but I think where it falls into play is the amount of eyeballs that are into it, right? So you need to brand yourself outside of just being a boxer. My goal right now is to be a mogul into my sport. Like the likes of Muhammad Ali, like the likes of Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao.
Well, they all have the crossover appeal to the casual audience.
And that's where I'm aiming at now. These are a lot of casual fans and boxing fans that don't know who is who and how important they've done or what they've accomplished in the sport in the nick of time. So I'm here to kind of, at the same time, revamp, revision, and also give people that education about boxing, how deep it really gets, and at the same time, crossing over on these beautiful platforms.
Certainly, it's good to see. I know I won't keep you here too long, so the press conference will be starting soon. But regarding your career, Riyadh season, it looks like you're going to be doing a deal with them soon.
So yeah, these are the things that we're talking about with His Excellency and with Ciela and all those of the royal family as well. Everyone that's playing a part of this with my team, and alongside with Top Rank. I think these are all things that it takes time. There's so much involved and so much X amount of currency that's also involved in there that it has to make sense for all of us at the same time.
I saw the photo of you, obviously, you at the last Riyadh season event where you had anyone who's anyone in boxing, all in a very, very professional photo. Everyone's kind of suited up, looking very smart, and then kind of standing like this. And then there's Teo like that to the side. Yes. I'll try and find the photo and put on the screen now, but there's Teo with his Ring Magazine title like that to the side.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, absolutely.
Did you get told off for that?
No, never. Look, we're there for the Ring Magazine Awards, right? And I'm carrying my 100th year. So I won. So boxing, the Ring Magazine is the most prestigious belt in boxing. Okay, for those that don't know. 1922 is when they publicized it. 1923, the first champion to win the Ring Magazine and was Fighter of the Year was Jack Dempsey. So from 1923, when I fought the like and the greatest of former undisputed Josh Taylor, I fought him in 2023 for his Ring Magazine. So that was 100 years. So the belt that I carried that night in beautiful London and was my 100th year. So no one's going to give me crap about it. I'm representing what we're there for, and that's the Ring Magazine.
Oh, certainly. You got the most historic belt out of all of them.
That I do.
Can I just talk to you about a couple more fights? After your Sandor Martin fight, is it kind of right to say that your morale was almost a lot lower than it usually was? And then what made you take the big risk about taking that fight with Josh Taylor? Obviously, you won the Josh Taylor fight, but kind of going into it, it was a 50-50 fight, how most of the public was seeing it. After your performance against Sandor Martin, what made you and your dad pick the fight against Josh Taylor? I'm curious. I remember that time. I remember being a hardcore boxing fan and seeing that time.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think about 20 or anywhere from 20 to 40, I would say, true analysts, boxing writers wrote me off in that fight with Josh Taylor. They said I was either going to lose by unanimous decision or by knockout against Josh Taylor. He cleaned out the whole division, became undisputed at super welterweight, well, junior welterweight, and just in that time. So I aim for these type of guys because it's a mountain that many people can't see me accomplish or do. This is maybe from some sort of universe that is creating my life right now, creating my story in boxing, and that's what I cherish the most. So I like to go after challenges that are scary. You know, Josh Taylor is not someone to take lightly.
And this was undefeated Josh Taylor. This wasn't after a couple of losses. This was undefeated.
No, this is Josh Taylor undefeated, 19-0. You know, and me, I was I think 18-1 or 19-1.
Yeah.
You know.
But after that, I'm curious because you know the kind of the viral footage when you were saying, I don't know if I still got it. It was after the Sandor Martin fight.
Yep.
What made you switch that in your head? Was that just a media reaction, or was that taking time in camp?
So we know, look, I've been in boxing now for about 8 years. I've been around industries, music industry, a little bit of playing around from even the music, movies, shit like that. Excuse my language, but shoot like that. And I always learned that there's a red dot when they record.
Right.
So I wanted everyone, technically I did, I wanted you all to know the type of greatness that we go through is that we question ourselves as great champions that we are. And I wanted the world to know that, so I was very expressive. Do I still got it? Do I still got it? When I'm in there, I want my fans and I want everyone to know Teofimo. I don't think people have yet to know Teofimo that well yet, and this is why I'm here, and I'm grateful to be here. But, like, that is the thing. When we question ourselves as great champions and someone that wants to be perfect in their thing, in their creation, we're going to create that situation where it's only going to motivate us more. And only I, as I am, know how to motivate myself to get to that level.
Right, okay, interesting.
So I look forward to bigger fights this year, collecting more world titles alongside with the great WBO belt that I carry right now as a super world champion that I am at 140 pounds. And I look forward to big fights in the summer.
Very exciting times ahead. There's one last thing, Ron versus Rolly, your prediction for this one, and will you be attending?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be attending that showing in that event. I believe it's in May that they're talking about with Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, as well as Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez as the co-feature. So that's very great. You know, it's good to see both guys get into action, and then I look forward to maybe in the next following month or two going and doing my part and collecting another world title, unifying and creating and making boxing great again. That's what we're doing, make boxing great again.
You'll be I don't know if they're kind of eyeing up having the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, but if Rolly does knock him out, or if Devin Haney's opponent wins, you'll be there ready to step in place, ready to face off in the ring at ringside.
Always. Listen, I stay ready. I don't have to get ready. I think anyone that knows me in the sport of boxing itself and in the business, I always stay ready. I mean, look at this. Staying ready. You know, and now we're gonna start adding more into my arsenal. I'm just very happy at this moment. You know, no more. I cut back a lot of bad things that were holding me down, and it's because these are sacrifices that we have to commit to and make in order to not just make boxing great again, but also help the next generation that's coming up. You know, we're all here today because of boxing. If it wasn't for that beautiful ring that everyone's gonna square in this Saturday, February 1st, none of this would be possible. So me, as a fighter, but why I do boxing the way I do it, I'm here to not just save boxing, but to show the reason what it really means to be a champion at heart and a champion in life. And everyone that's out there right now, that's the most important part, even to the young ones that are in the boxing sport right now. I know in the UK, I love all of you. I think that you guys have the greatest love for the sport of boxing.
Hardcore fans in the UK.
To be honest, like, even though we're here in America right now, I think that America has a lot of making up to do.
Well, in the UK, you had to be a hardcore fan because you've got to wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning, so you've got no choice. You either love it or you don't. There's a couple more things I've just remembered I do want to ask you. How are you so emotional in the build-up to a fight? Obviously, the trash talk, getting very, very involved, and then so calm when you fight. We see a lot of times the fighters get very emotional in the build-up and they fight emotionally in the ring. How are you able to be emotional in the build-up and then completely calm when you fight?
Entertainment. Everything that we do is for entertainment purposes, but really it's just through experiences. You know, I've learned that by going off emotion, where does it take me? And I've learned that why is boxing the greatest sport in the world and the toughest sport in the world? You know why? Because of the emotions. You have to learn how to conquer your emotions, and not in a controlling way, but to let it be one with you and let it flow. And it's just like in adapting in punches. When a guy's about to throw an overhand right, what do I do in that nick of time when it's coming through? Do I block it? Do I roll under it? Do I slip and, pivot? There's so many things. The same thing with our emotions. What is this teaching me? I'm 27 years young now, and why I love boxing, because it's like the true arsenal of the heartbeat of life. Kind of teaches you how to be outside the ring as well.
Keeps you disciplined. That's always been my favorite thing about the sport. And
yeah, if you summarize it, definitely.
And just the one last thing, obviously it's a very cliche question. Jake Paul, KSI, who are you picking for this fight?
Are they fighting each other?
Hopefully this year, yes.
Hopefully this year. Well, they got to go between each other right now as far as the fighters of Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Right now they're about to fight.
No, they're doing a documentary. No, they're going to have how they're keeping up with the Kardashians, like a reality TV show. They're going to do that, but for the Paul family. So they market it as a fight, but they're going to have their own reality TV show, Logan and Jake.
Oh, so kind of give the clickbait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very smart.
Yeah.
That's a good move. KSI, Jake Paul, great fight. We got to see what KSI does this year. But I think Jake Paul will get it.
You think Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Just because, what is that on?
I think that Jake Paul is really trying to perfect it and make it sure, he wants to show everyone he has something to prove, that, even though, yes, I'm a YouTuber, and yes, I was on Disney and all these extra things, I really respect the sport of boxing, and I really want to show people that I've been practicing on my craft, and now it's time for everyone to see that.
Hopefully we'll see that in 2025.
A lot of blood between those guys, and I think that it's going to be good for the streaming and for everyone that's coming in together with boxing.
Awesome. Well, I hope we can see it. Well, I think it's about to kick off now, but Teo, I really appreciate that. Thanks very much. You spoke very well there.
Nah, appreciate you, man. Fred talks boxing. Let's go, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.